The Cache Valley Media Group's countdown of the top 25 Aggie football players of 2023. At number 9, a rare 4-year letterman, Michael Anyanwu. He is from Covina, California, 5'9", 160 at cornerback. Number 9 on our list is Michael Anyanwu.
Boy, yesterday we talked about elder statesman Wade Meacham. Well, Michael Anyanwu was right there with them. Both of them joined the Utah State Aggie football team in 2018 as freshmen. That was their redshirt years. And just like Meacham, Anyanwu has worked his way into the starting lineup and has been an impact player for Utah State over several seasons. Last year, 10 starts, 47 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 11 passes broken up, and he got his first interception as a cornerback in Utah State's secondary. He's only 5'9", but he's got good speed, and he's becoming more experienced in that secondary, knowing where the ball opposing offenses want to throw things, and he's getting a better job of being there, anticipating where he needs to be, and making it tough to throw on his side of the field.
I know I've harped on and on about Utah State adding taller corners, and Anyanwu doesn't fit that bill, but it's not stopped previous Utah State corners from being good. There's a lot of 5'9" corners in the last few years of Utah State history that have performed just fine. And Anyanwu was among them. As he said, 10 starts last year. He started 10 games in 2021, so he was a part of that team as well, being a major contributor. And you look at, obviously, being here, entering his 6th season. He's also got second most snaps played, FBS snaps played among anyone on this team. There's only one player that's above him in that, and that player will be later on this list. They'll show up a bit later. So Anyanwu, experienced, talented. You know, he was out there starting in the scrimmage out there at corner. He'll be a big part of this defense and a big contributor on the team.
Something that doesn't show up in stats, and I was actually thinking of this on Saturday because I was watching some plays happen, and a throw would go to one side of the field, and I would see the defender on the opposite side of the field coming off the field celebrating because he took away that option. That doesn't show up in any statistical category, any stat sheet, any box score. It would be interesting if there were some way to track that. But that's the sign of a good corner who is taking away an option from an offense. And Michael Anyanwu, that's something that he's continuing to develop. And I love his experience, what he's doing in the secondary for USU. Not the tallest guy, but he's got speed, and he's not afraid to go up and challenge. As we said, he had 11 pass breakups last year, and somebody will need to do that more this year too. There is a lot more length in the secondary for Utah State, but at corner, Michael Anyanwu is going to get that spot because he's so experienced for USU.
Yeah, he's experienced and talented, and I kind of wish there was a metric for quarterbacks looking over and going, no, and then going the other way with the ball. Yes. Because you can't always tell the value of a corner, unless you go super deep into the film and try and count how many times he just shut his man down. So if you're paying attention, maybe you'll see Anyanwu shut down some players. You'll see him playing obviously on the outside, but he's going to be playing nickel cornerback, where sometimes being 5'9" can kind of be a bit of a benefit, where you're shorter and quicker. You can keep up with shorter and quicker wide receivers. Heck, Terrell Vaughn, that's part of his advantage, is he's quicker, can beat some of the longer corners. But Anyanwu will bring some of that, where he's a smaller, quicker corner, allows him to stay with, speed-wise, pretty much any wide receiver he's going to face out there.
Yeah, now he came into the league, into Utah State with Matt Wells as his head coach. Frank Maile coached the bowl game that year as the interim head coach. Then Gary Anderson was his next HC. He was replaced. He left early. And Frank Maile was the interim coach again for a few games. And then Blake Anderson came to town, and he's been here for a few seasons. Those are all the coaches that Michael Anyanwu has studied under. And this is a guy who, at each step of the way, has improved his game and improved his impact and what he does on the field. So excited to see what he does this year. He wears number 22 on his jersey. Michael Anyanwu coming in at number 9 on our list of top 25 Aggies for 2023.